We are moving right along in this holiday recipe series. We've already made vegan bacon bits, some stuffing, a roast. But what's a holiday meal without rolls? These are a perfect addition to your meal over the holiday season or any other day of the year. You can eat them whenever you want.
Cooking with the vegan zombie.
I really like rolls with my holiday meals. I put a little bit of butter on them and they go great next to your mashed potatoes and gravy and your roast and your corn and whatever other things you want to put on your plate. So this is a really easy crescent roll recipe. We're going to start with some flour. I have some unbleached vegan all-purpose flour, 3 cups. And by the way, we're going to put our dry ingredients in here. We have a 1/4 cup of sugar, bone, half a teaspoon of sea salt from the sea. Right here I have 1 package of dry activated yeast. That's 2 1/4 teaspoons along with 1 teaspoon of sugar. I'm going to put half a cup of warm water in here. The water needs to be between 110 degrees and 115 degrees to activate that yeast. Just stir that up a little bit. Okay, and we'll set that over to the side for a few minutes. It's really important to get that step right because if your yeast doesn't rise, your dough is not going to come out right. All right, the next thing we're going to do is I need to make the equivalent of 2 eggs, but we're making vegan eggs. So I have some egg replacer right here. For the replacement of each egg, we're going to use 1 tablespoon of the egg replacer and then 2 tablespoons of liquid. We're going to use 2 eggs, so I have 2 tablespoons of the egg replacer. And for the liquid, I am going to use some vegan milk. I have Oatly, so I'm going to use 4 tablespoons, which is the equivalent of a 1/4 cup. 1/4 cup of the liquid, and we'll just stir that up. It just looks like a thick milk. If you watched my last video, you already know that Zombie stole my whisk. So I have a fork here and just kind of stir this, mix it together, all those dry ingredients. And now what we're gonna do is we need half a cup of warm milk. So I have this sitting out for a little bit so it gets warm. And we're gonna put the wet ingredients in to the dry ingredients. So in goes the egg. Our yeast is nice and foamy, that goes right in there. The milk goes in there. Give that a nice little stir. And then the last step we're gonna do for adding ingredients is we need some butter, vegan butter. I have Miyoko's butter, and what I'm gonna use, you can use any butter, any vegan butter you want, is I'm gonna use half a cup of this. Half a block is half a cup. So I'm just gonna put that in there. And I'm just going to melt this on the stovetop until it becomes liquid. All right, perfect. And we're just going to pour that in there as well. And now we're just going to knead the dough. It's going to be a little wetter than your average pizza dough. If you have a mixer, that works too. Form it into a little ball. And then you're going to put it back in the bowl. You can grease the side so it doesn't stick to it. I'm just going to take a little bit of the butter and smear it on the sides. Now we're going to put a dishcloth over it and let it sit for about an hour so it rises. I've already got one ready already. We are going to have a lot of rolls for the holidays. So it doubled in size. I'm just going to take it out of here. At this point you can put a little bit of flour down. And this is probably enough to cut this in half and roll that into a ball. Roll the other one into a ball. Let those sit for about 10 minutes. So now we're gonna roll it out. You wanna roll this into as circular as you can get it. All right, and at this point you can grab a pizza cutter. If you want it to be all perfect, you can just kind of trim around the edges like that until it's more circular. Take this excess, throw it over the other ball. Okay, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna cut it in triangles like a pizza. Now you got your oven preheated to 350 degrees. We're just gonna take it and we're gonna roll them like this. Nice and tight. And you can keep it like that, or you can close it up like a croissant, kind of. Right on the tray like that. We'll do one straight without turning it. I have a little more of that Miyoko's butter melted down, and I'm just gonna brush it over the tops like that. In the oven they go for about 10 to 12 minutes until they brown up on top. Okay, it's been more like 15 minutes, so There they are. There we go. I'm gonna brush a little bit of that Miyoko's butter on one of them. You can brush them all like that, or you can just leave them and wait for when you're ready to eat them. That's good. So there you go. If you were wondering how to make your own rolls without buying them in the store, that's how to do it. Very easy recipe, doesn't take that long. And it gave me an idea of another recipe I can make with this dough. So be on the lookout for that. Don't forget to subscribe, hit the little bell so you don't miss notifications. Give me that thumbs up if you like the video. Watch out for zombies, and I'll see you guys in the next video.